This is my goal, the max cape. With the clock always ticking, I want to do it in the shortest gameplay time possible, as an Ironman. Because I chose to be an Ironman, this helmet next to my name prevents me from trading anybody or using the Grand Exchange, so I have to get all the items myself. Since pathing is essential on an Ironman, a lot of theory crafting and planning goes into this max cape run, and thankfully we have a great guide to follow. Last episode, we were introduced to some Sepulchre, which is just Sepulchre but training multiple skills at once, including alching. We left off just getting level 82 to start floor 4. This is going to be huge for our bank. Floor 4 has 2 coffins that are worth spending time to loot. The portal when spawning north, and the bridge when spawning south. Being only 73 thieving at the moment, failing the coffin as often as I do can definitely be frustrating. But it will all get better once I get the strange lockpick drop. This comes directly from the coffin, and it'll help us loot 2 times faster, along with increasing our success rate. Look at this, 2 Rainer seeds while getting 73k an hour agility. This is why we don't do master farmers. A level up that's not agility already? Of course, here's level 70 fletching. Here comes level 83 agility. I'm about to get level 84, and I'm still looting every single lap, and as you can see from my inventory, I still do not have a strange lockpick. How rare exactly is this drop? The drop rate changes according to which floor you're looting. Since we've only looted floor 3 and 4, let's look at those. On floor 3, there's a 1 in 90 chance of getting the lockpick, and on floor 4, there's a 1 in 60 chance. At level 84, this is my loot so far. I don't remember exactly how many times I've looted floor 3, but it's a fair estimate to say it was about 100 times. If we assume that, we are slightly over the drop rate on floor 3, and then we're 79 loots in on floor 4. This puts us at over double the drop rate. There's definitely worse things to go dry on, but it's just annoying failing multiple times in a row and then missing the next step in Sepulchre. Hopefully we'll get one soon. Let's go, we did it! Only 8 hours later, we got the strange lockpick at 219 KC. I finally have over 1 mil cash again from looting coffins, so it's time to load back up the kingdom. Before we hit 92 agility, we're going to want 70 construction, so I'm going to put a large portion of my kingdom in mahogany logs, and the leftovers I'll put in herbs, since I probably will not be needing more maple logs. So I mentioned us needing 70 construction before 92 agility. But what's the reason? Well, at level 92 agility XP in general for Ironman becomes way more valuable than pre-92. Not only will I be getting 17% faster XP per hour, but I'll also be netting 4 times more GP than I'm currently getting. At level 92 on floor 5 in Sepulchre, there are 4 coffins that we can loot. As an Ironman, GP is a little more valuable than your average Joe that could just spend $8 and then sell a bond for 8 mil. I have to get all of the gold pieces myself. So what does all of this mean? Remember how we never completed our quest cape for Lumber Delete Diary? Well, the remaining quests that we have will net us a total of 260,000 agility XP. Getting this XP before level 92 will not only save us time because slower XP rates, but we will also net more GP in the end. Of these quests remaining, Song of the Elves requires 70 construction, which is the last skill requirement we have. Other than that, we don't necessarily have requirements, but for the sake of the speedrun and fear of dying, I'm gonna say let's not do Grandmaster quests with only 62 range. Another goal I need done before 92 agility is to get 28,000 black chinchompas so that we can chin 98 range before doing all of these quest bosses. This should put us at about level 97 or 98 hunter. And of course, since it's the wilderness, we're limited to the amount of hours we can try hunting, as it's best to only come here while most people are asleep. The good news though, we're already level 92, which puts us at about 12k chins. I finally had some time to drop a pretty big session with the strange lockpick, and we're up to 76k an hour now. A pretty decent jump by 3k from when we were using the bad lockpick. Here is level 86 agility. Halfway through level 88 agility, we ran into a small little problem. For 99 fletching, we need about 1.1 mil headless arrows. From the maple logs we've banked, we have a total of about 765k headless arrows so far. So we still need another 335k arrow shafts. To get this, we can put Kingdom on maple logs for 9 more days. This will give us enough maple logs to cut throughout Sepulchre to get us all the arrow shafts we need. This is definitely the easier option. The other option is to buy arrow shafts from the store in the Ranging Guild. This would give us more time to multi-skill something else with Sepulchre, since we won't have to cut maple logs. Although the reality is, this shop is unrealistic to bank the rest of fletching within the next few weeks, which is when I'll need it. There are 1000 arrow shafts in each world, and the shop has a 30-second restock timer. This means that after 1000 arrow shafts are bought out, every 30 seconds, 1 arrow shaft is added back to the shop. Yes, you heard that right. It takes 8 hours to go from 0 to 1000 arrow shafts, and this is only if no players were to buy during that time span. On update day, the servers reset and all the shops in the game fully restock. This is the only time it's really worth it for me to try to buy shafts. After testing this for 2 weeks, I realized I can only really buy about 30 to 40k before all the worlds are bought out. So as you can imagine, we're not gonna log out on this account for 11 weeks. We're 100% gonna have to put Kingdom on maples and cut those to bank the rest. Upkeeping my Kingdom is very expensive. I have to keep a minimum of 750k cash in there, and I lose an extra 75k a day, so I'm gonna have to juice all the GP out of my bank that I can. What better way to make GP than to use all the bark in my bank to make battle staves to Alk? I spent a few laps here using all of my bark. Made some air orbs to attach to my battle staves. And what better place to Alk the battle staves than while farming giant seaweed? We're going to need to farm a total of 16k giant seaweed, although right now we're only going to be needing 500. I learned that it is possible to Alk plus loot without losing ticks, as long as you click the Alk and seaweed in the same tick. I did log out seaweed until I Alked all of my battle staves, restarted my Kingdom for maples, and then we made some molten glass. This is what the giant seaweed is for. With Super Glass Make spell, you can use 3 giant seaweed and 18 buckets of sand to craft some molten glass. As promised 400 hours ago, from episode 7, the sand we mined is finally coming to good use. And if you're wondering about the molten glass on the floor, each spell gives a random number of molten glass, and sometimes it's more than 27, which is the max your inventory can hold. The leftovers then go to the floor, and no, they are never worth wasting time to pick up. I am using the Visual Ticks plugin, which is what these dots changing every 0.6 seconds on my screen are. There's an efficient way to do Super Glass Make spell, and if you look very closely, if you click the bank plus the spell in the same tick, your character will cast the spell and the bank will immediately open after without you having to re-click it. The Visual Tick plugin helps me see exactly when the tick started, making it slightly easier to ensure that I can click both the bank and the spell within the same 0.6 seconds. Of course, I don't want to full pause the account, so while we wait for maple logs from the Kingdom, we have some temporary glass to blow for the juicy 7k an hour crafting XP. And another multi-skill level, 74 fletching, has been achieved. I can't believe the time is here, but it's finally come. I made myself some teak saplings to plant for 1.5 tick woodcutting, and these mahogany trees finally get me 99 farming. The farming cape gives me infinite teleports near a bank, and doesn't cost an inventory slot, making it very convenient. Now is the time where I want to start charging my bone crusher to give us insane prayer XP while we train combats later on. Thankfully, I have 500 baby dragon bones in my bank from the dragon imps back when we were hunting glories. With Mauritania Hard Diary, I could get a free 26 buckets of slime and bone meal per day, banking me about 3,000 charges on my bone crusher. Given that I'm going to be killing over 100,000 NPCs, this is going to be another daily for a long time. And just one more thing, while I get the requirements, I might as well get all of the diaries out of my way. Here's Lumbridge Hard Diary, Kandarin Hard Diary, Fremenic Hard Diary, And boy oh boy, Current Hard Diary was something else. One of the diary tasks requires me to teleport using the Xerix Talisman. There are only two ways to get a Xerix Talisman, through killing lizardmen or through thieving a stone chest. I figured looting the stone chest 300 times wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'd get some small thieving XP out of it, everyone should be happy. What I didn't expect was to go so dry on this. You loot the chest close to 400 times an hour, but I was here for well over an hour. Finally, after 572 loots, I got my talisman and was able to complete the hard Karen diaries. I'm just about to hit level 90 agility, which many of you may know as the level for early rooftops. Rooftops are really bad XP, however, they are the only way for Ironmen to get staminas. While we don't really use staminas, we still need at least 10 to build the pool in the POH, and maybe another 10 for questing. With access to our Dugany rooftops finally, let's go get some Marks of Grace. It might be a good idea to understand how the mechanics of spawning Marks of Grace actually works. Upon completion of a course, there's a chance to roll a Mark of Grace spawning. At Artie specifically, there's a 66% chance to spawn a mark. After one successfully spawns, another will be unable to spawn for a whole 3 minutes. This gives us time to do literally anything else in a 3-minute time span. So my method is going to be simple. One lap of floor 1 to 4 Sepulchre is about 4 minutes. So I could just do one lap there for XP, and then while banking, I'll teleport to Artie and do a lap to spawn a Mark of Grace, and then teleport back to Sepulchre while waiting for the 3-minute cooldown timer. This method is called force spawning marks, and it's essential for anybody who wants to efficiently grab staminas. After a whole hour of this method, we were able to get 71k XP along with 12 Marks of Grace. The agility XP per hour is about 10% slower than normal, while also allowing us to bank about 30 stamina pots per hour. With this in mind, I'll do this for 20 Marks of Grace, which should be more than enough staminas for the remaining quest, along with building our POH pool, which requires 10 4 doses. After banking my 20 Marks of Grace, I was able to return back to normal agility with normal XP rates. Here I am hitting 91 agility, the last actual level up before 92. I'm not going to stop yet, because remember, while we don't want to finish 92 here, we want to get 260,000 XP off so that we can finish it off from quests. So we have just a few more hours to go. This also gave us time to do 72 crafting. 56% of the way to level 92 now, the last bit of it should come through quests. This half level gave me a little more time to hunt more chins, so let's go take a look to see how many we caught so that we can train our range before killing all of the big quest bosses. Around level 95, I hit up the boys to protect me. Having an extra 6 to 7 accounts here scared away a lot of PKers, and it made it more realistic for me to hunt for more than just an hour a day. When there was only my alt here, I was getting attacked every 15 minutes. Add 6 to 7 accounts, I only get attacked every 2 hours. Big sessions were happening, here I am already hitting level 96. Not too long after, I hit level 97. This meant that I already had 20k black chins banked, so no matter what, we'd be able to get at least 90 range before doing all of the quests. Being so close, I knew I had to finish level 98 before trying to chin. That way I could send all of my chins away at once. Of course, being the great content creator I am, I did finish up level 98, which meant we had 28,000 chins ready to be launched. This left us with the final requirement before sending all of the quests, 70 construction for Song of the Elves. We had all of the mahogany logs banked from Kingdom, all we had to do was turn them into planks with our butler, and then build mahogany tables for 3 minutes for levels 66 to 70. Making planks is very simple, just stupid expensive. We're likely going to be using every last bit of cash that we have. All we have to do is teleport to our POH to send our butler to the sawmill, and then teleport to Camelot to bank for more logs and repeat. The teleport to Camelot only has a bank right here in a PvP world, so if you are doing this method, make sure you don't accidentally teleport to Sears or literally anywhere that you can get attacked, because it's only safe a few tiles around the bank chest. Being so close to level 70, with 66k in our inventory and less than 100k in our servant's money bag, it's time for the progress recap. On the left are my stats from last episode, the middle is my current stats, and the right is the progress. Currently at 584 hours played, we're at 474 EHP, meaning we're still on track to finish within 1800 hours, although things are definitely looking close, at least for the time being while we wait to use some more stored XP. With 70 construction out of the way, it's time to prepare ourselves for Song of the Elves, along with every other remaining quest that will give us agility XP. This includes preparing nasty range XP before doing the bosses. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and absolutely subscribe if you haven't. Also, I'm always streaming progress on Twitch, feel free to tune in, although you can expect slight spoilers for the next episode. I will see all of you wonderful gamers next time, have a great rest of your day, peace out.